Hey everybody, it's Captain Kyle and I'm here with Agent Meister. From the Transform and Rollout series, he is number one. You like to think he's number one. But we never really got a masterpiece version of Jazz. I mean, it could still happen, but this is probably the closest thing. And I have a friend who's a car guy, goes gaga over this. He says it's so awesome. So I'm gonna break this out of its packaging. We're gonna go through it bit by bit. It's got a bunch of accessories. And we're gonna see if it's good for your collection. Be right back. So yes, on the back you can see he's got like a tow cable. He's got speakers. He's got speakers that you can attach to him in car mode. Of course, a gun. Meister's got a gun. Obviously, this is Jazz, though the Japanese name was Meister, so calling him Agent Meister is a good homage to that. And I don't know if that's going to get them in trouble with Takara, but not with Hasbro. But let's break him out. And this is not plastic-free packaging. We've got a nice big instruction book. It's got an Agent Meister card. Ooh. Collector's cards. Special Operations Saboteur. Agent Meister. The instructions, just glancing at them, are like photo instructions, but with graphics. And there he is, still in the plastic, but he looks very, very good at this point. Taking him out. Already, I gotta say, car mode is awesome. So we're gonna go over the car mode first, since that's the mode he's in. He also has these wonderful little speakers. Those really can play some tunes. He's got an actual working, it looks like, grappling hook, which he used to save Prime from the river. Yes, the river was a very difficult thing, though it doesn't like automatically retract, so you have to just do it by hand, but quick enough, and there it goes. And it fell out, but there's his gun, and I can see there's a little joint in it, so it looks like maybe it bends for reasons, probably weapon storage, which weapon storage is never a bad thing, but a nice little gray gun. All right, let's take a look at this robot mode, or this vehicle mode. Let's first, he drives. You can roll him pretty easily. It's not totally like G1 goes off the table, but it looks very nice. The deco is awesome. We'll zoom in a little bit on there. He's got the Martini logos, Martini Porsche right there. He's got the number 4. He looks very Jazz-like. Hook him up with some Autobot symbols and I think you're good to go. He's got other things here on the back. It's Martini Porsche. He's got Shell on these areas here, so apparently they are also a sponsor, and also on the front bumpers. So lots of detail on this guy. I have to say, these wheels, they say Dunlop on them, which is amazing, and the rims are so shiny. They're just, he looks really good. The finish on this is very shiny. It's very, very nice. It might not be as easy to see, but you can kind of get the idea in the camera. Tinted windows. I can't really see much through the windshield except his face is in there, so he's, you know, keeping his eye on the road. That's a good thing. But a beautiful vehicle mode. Now, these, I'm just gonna see where they're supposed to plug in. Does it actually show is the question. Or maybe we just figure it out. It's even got a little bit of bitty exhaust pipe right there. That's what I imagine it is. And there's a little area in the back you can put the speakers so he can be playing some rockin' tunes. That might not be, it's hard to tell where they're supposed to go. Aha, the box gave me a clue. The instructions were worthless. You can kind of stick them in the way I did, but they have little grooves, so you can hook them right up to the spoiler. So you can be playing that generic rock music that they always play in pretty much every single cartoon. I think they had like 3 different tracks that they could play, and they use them a lot. There he is. This, I have to say, very, very beautiful looking vehicle. If I was a car guy, I'd be going gaga over this. Even not as a car guy, I have to say, this is beautiful, beautiful. Now, it does not show me in the instructions where to store these, so I'm just gonna keep them aside. I'm gonna take off the speakers, put those aside. And now that we have gloried in his really fine looking race car mode, this awesome Porsche, eat your heart out, new Mirage. Let's go ahead and get him into his robot mode. So there he is in his robot mode. Now I will say the transformation is exacting. It's very clever, but there's a lot of pieces you gotta slide in and tweak over a little bit. So not something I wanna do every day. Now, as you can see, I've given him his weapon, and just so I don't do a turn, The fingers open up and the weapon can go into his hand. It's got little ridges in there and it stays in there very nicely. So very reminiscent of his gun, both as the toy and in the show. But let's disarm him and go over his poseability. So, and there's a bonus, but I'll tell you that later. Now he can't do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. He can do somewhat of a split, but the legs go forward. He's got this little crotch piece that if you move it forward, he can do a full knee bend. So crotch cover. So his legs can do that. They can go out to the side somewhat for a low side kick, front kick, back kick. He can be kissed and his leg can go way up in the air. Now, as far as ankle rockers, he kind of has a little bit of one, but it's very, very slight. The legs are quite clever and they assemble in a quite clever fashion, but they don't have a ton of movement as far as ankle rockers. Twisting at the waist doesn't really happen unless, I don't know if I can flip these plates. Nope, he does not twist at the waist. Switch. Oh wait, he does. It was just stiff. I've been stiff before. Shut up, Logan. So it does twist around, but it kind of pushes back on the doors that are hidden behind his hood. So, but there is a fix for that. I'll show you in a moment. So he twists a bit, the arms all the way around. They swivel. The fists can turn. As I said, the fists can open and close. So it can be like, give me some skin or alloy. Would that be it? The arms can also go out to the side like so. The head, of course, can turn. He can look up a bit. He can kind of look down. So overall, fine poseability. The back, I mean, it looks like Jazz from the back. But what's interesting is his wings. Kind of, you can take them out, actually. If you want to have a more toy-accurate version of the character, he doesn't have the big shoulder cannon, but he has wings. So he can be very similar to the toy if you prefer that mode. And that actually makes it a bit easier for you to twist him at the waist. You still have this roof in the back that's kind of covering. But yeah, I would say overall he is a very good figure. Now, a couple things: you can take his hand, close it up, and plug in the grappling hook. So he can save Prime. So that's kind of neat. And actually what it's showing me in the instructions for putting out the wings is you can actually also put his wheels up onto his shoulders, which again makes him more toy accurate. I mean, you can also just put out the wings, but there he is with that. And you can also apparently attach these so he can also play music. I mean, I actually prefer the more cartoon accurate mode, so I'm gonna flip his wings back in. But I have to say, it's got die-cast parts. The quality feels really good. It is a little bit complex. I mean, I have to say that I'm a little old school. I like the simplicity of some of the G1 stuff, but it's still a very cool version, and you could display it in vehicle mode, and he looks gorgeous. Very poseable, very much like what a masterpiece should be. And as far as height-wise, he's about 6 1/4, 6.5 inches tall, but really, really nice version. And just for scaling, here he is next to a G1 Jazz, so you can see there's a bit of height difference. And here he's a little bit shorter than an alternator Jazz. So a good size bot, but definitely, like I said, a bit complex, but definitely Jazz, 100% Jazz. Good Jazz, even though he's Agent Meister, which again, Japanese name. And yes, it's a shame that Hasbro hasn't put out something like this for Jazz. I mean, even the Studio 86, I'd say this is actually probably a little nicer. I know, blasphemy. The only thing I really don't like is the way the arms plug in. It's kind of a wiggle and try to put it in the proper place type thing. But other than that, really nice figure. And I'd highly recommend him. Now, he cost me $3 million. No, he didn't cost me $3 million. What do I look like? Elon Musk? Please don't say yes, that would suck. At the time I bought this guy, he was about maybe $60. That price may have increased or decreased. I saw it going for much more at one point, but definitely worth it. Again, very masterpiece-like. The fists don't seem to like to stay out easily. So that's my other quibble. The arms are a little bit of a pain in the ass, and the fists, as part of the arms, are just a bit temperamental. But overall, a very cool figure. I'll put a link in the description so you can grab one yourself. And while you're considering this masterpiece alternative, you can also check out this video over here, which is actually my review of this counterfeit reissue Jazz. Worth checking out. And of course, I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I enjoy making them. Like, share, subscribe, super thanks, it'd be awesome. We'll see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.